Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm super excited for this video because we're going to be doing indie makeup releases, talking about all the new releases from the past week, what I think about them, whether I'm considering to purchase them or not. I'm super excited because literally right before I went to film this, I checked my YouTube studio and I saw that I hit 20,000 subscribers, which is so crazy to me. It makes me feel all types of ways. Some good, some bad. The bad would just be that it's like so nerve-wracking to consider that 20,000 20,000 people. So thank you all so much for watching and subscribing and commenting. It means so much to me. Numbers are definitely not everything, and it's a cool little milestone, but it's just, I love the support is so cool. I just thought I'd throw that in really quickly. I wasn't even planning on talking about it today. I didn't even expect to just open it now and see that, but hopefully I can do a little bit more of a special video in like the next week or so. So just, we'll see if I can get it all organized. I need more caffeine. Alright, so this video series is inspired by Aniela Kanikis and Samantha March. I have both their channels linked down below, as well as a community led by a playlist and all the Instagram accounts that I use to make this video happen every single week. If you're curious about what's happening on my face, I don't know why, because I'm a mess. I literally did my makeup at like 8 a.m. this morning. It's currently 10 o'clock at night, and I took a nap, so this is what was left. Just have like a little bit of the Natasha in a Gold palette. I have Becca Moonstone on, and then I just applied a gloss from Pat McGrath, which is in the shade Divine Rose. I don't think Pat McGrath is cruelty free, but this was a gift, so that's why I'm using it, and it is a really pretty gloss. So let's just go ahead and jump right on in to the new releases. I don't even have that much to talk about, and honestly the reason why is because I've been slacking on Indie Makeup Spotlight this week. I've been super busy, so I haven't been hunting for indie news as much as I would like to. So I'll try and do better next week. But this first sneak peek is super exciting. It's just the tiniest little sneak peek, and basically Cleona Cosmetics is going to be expanding their stained glass collection. It looks like there is going to be more coming, and I think that's super exciting. It definitely makes sense because it's like their most popular collection they've ever done, and they're so well done, so beautiful. I currently have an order on the way to me that I made in November, I want to say, from Cleona for a few more shades from the stained glass collection because they're just so beautiful, and this shade looks really stunning. I just love like the blue, the green, the yellow. I mean, it looks very cool, so I'm just super excited to see what else they have up their sleeve. I hope that there's more shades, like the shade Glow. If you are familiar with that shade, it's just this really beautiful light iridescent, like almost glittery looking inner corner type shade with a blue shift to it. I love that one so much. Alright, so next is from Shroud Cosmetics, and this is their new Moonfall trio. It is available now, and it retails for $15 for the bundle or $6 for each shade. So I believe that these are 3 different single shadows, and these do look really beautiful. I think like the picture and just the 3 tones together is very eye capturing, and it's very eye captivating, but I don't really gravitate towards darker metallic shades as much. It's not like my favorite thing ever. I mean, they do look beautiful, but it's not enough to where I'm like, oh, I need to place a separate order just for 3 single shadows type thing. So maybe I could see getting them eventually if I was making an order, but I don't really feel the need to own them. So next is from Kaos Cosmetics, and just in case you're curious, Kaos Makeup and Kaos Cosmetics are completely different. Kaos Makeup has like a background of being a little bit shady, I think like not delivering things, and you can do the research if you would like, but Kaos Cosmetics is a very small indie brand, so I just wanted to clarify that because I can understand why it would be confusing. So they are releasing some new gels and loose pigments, and they look really beautiful. The shade Next Level is definitely right up my alley. So I am interested and intrigued. I really want to make an order from them. I really want to try a few things. They've been on my radar for a while, and the last time when I was kind of toying with the idea of trying them as one of my brands during my low buy to try, their website was shut down, so I was like, okay, well, I guess it's not meant to be right now, but I really want to give them a chance. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to try a gel, but also nervous. So we'll see. That's a possibility. All right, next is from Bellegant Cosmetics, and this is their new Winter Storm eyeshadow palette. And there are 8 different matte shades and then 4 metallics, and this is actually really, really pretty. It does remind me a lot of the Divina palette that has all like the same type of gray tones, but I feel like they are a little bit different, just like not the exact same, but basically the same exact idea. And because the palette packaging is pretty much the exact same, it makes me think that even more, because that's how Divina's palettes look. But either way, I think it's pretty, but I just don't wear smoky tones enough. I have the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. I'm good for life with that. I just don't reach for grays, so I feel no need to buy this, but I do think it's pretty, and I like that it's there, but I just don't need it. Alright, so I just had to share this with y'all because it gave me a little laugh. This is the newest palette from Cuing Beauty, Qing. I'll have them linked down below, and this is their Secret Garden palette. And if you are not familiar with them already, they do super humongous palettes, and I have one of them already that they sent me in PR after I kind of said I really didn't like the palette, and I tried it just out of sheer curiosity. So I definitely don't plan on purchasing this just because I felt like some of those shades were a little hit and miss. And I mean, it was okay palette, and it was an okay palette, but it had a bunch of pressed glitters in it, and so does this. So it's basically just a gigantic rainbow palette. If that's something you're looking for and you really like pressed glitters, maybe this could be for you. But it just made me laugh because it's just another super huge tabletop type palette. So I think that's everything I have for super small indie brands today. I know, like I said, I've been slacking. I'm so sorry. But there is a new... okay, so there's a few different new products from the Kesha Rose beauty brand, which I think is available now. And this is Kesha's makeup line. There is a palette, which I think is called F the World. Not exactly, not my vibes, as far as the name goes, and I think it might have been an album that she had or a tour that she had, but still, it's just not very me. And the color scheme overall looks pretty, but I'm not super drawn to purchase it. I mean, it's pretty. But it's one of those palettes I'll probably be waiting and listening to what other people have to say about it, but I just don't feel the need to own it. And then there is a lipstick, looks like maybe a lip gloss. There's some liner type products, which is cool, but just not anything that I really feel drawn to purchase at this moment. So, I mean, I'm curious to see what they'll do in the future, but I'm good for right now. And then next from Morphe is the new collaboration with Mannymua, and I don't know, I mean, I feel like you could go back and forth on people who have their own brand collaborating with another brand. I mean, I just feel like it's a little bit strange, but I've definitely heard other people talk about like the reasons why they like it, and you know, it makes it more accessible, more affordable, and obviously for the people involved, it's probably really good money. But for me, it's kind of just like, like if it was, I think if something was revolutionary and it was like something you were super proud of, you'd want to do it on your own kind of thing, maybe. Especially if you already own a brand and you have the ability to do it on your own. So I'm not super, I don't know. It's honestly just looks like an expanded version of his collaboration with Makeup Geek. I don't know. I think it looks fine. It's a neutral palette with a little bit of like a berry tone to it. It's pretty. I think that the Nova highlighter, the pinky one, of course, looks really, really nice, and I'm drawn to that, but I just don't see myself purchasing the palette. It's just not something I would see myself using a lot, or that would add a lot of value to my collection. Alright, so next is a new palette from LA Girl Cosmetics, and this is actually really pretty. It definitely caught my attention. I was kind of like, who made this palette? So this has a mixture of some warm tones like scattered going through it, and then there's some really beautiful pops of purple and blue. And I don't know why, I just think this looks really, really pretty, and the metallics look pretty intense actually. Like, look at that. Do you see the shade? I'll just point it out right here. This shade Fun looks so nice, vivacious. The greeny color, I think it looks really, really beautiful. But I've never tried any eyeshadows from LA Girl Cosmetics. I'm not sure if I would like them. I'm not sure if I want to make a purchase where I'm like, maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't like it. So I think for now it's just something I'll admire from afar. And then next, this is something that definitely did catch my attention, and I skipped on it, unfortunately, but fortunately, because I don't need it. But this is the new NYX High Glass collection, and I believe that there are 3 different skin tone type powders, so more natural highlighters, which I love that kind of just like overall look, and I'll use that very lightly to set my face rather than using a matte powder. And then there are 3 different highlighters, and then there's some cool brushes, and I just love dewy skin. They have a dewy concealer out now too, which caught my attention, and there was early access on Ulta, but I just know I don't need it, so I passed on it. And then something that definitely did really catch my attention is the new Glow Recipe Banana Soufflé Moisturizing Cream. So you're probably familiar with Glow Recipe and their watermelon overnight mask, I think is what it's called. They also have an avocado one. The avocado one smells a little funky, honestly. And the watermelon one is okay, but I'm not a huge fan of watermelon, especially like fake watermelon scent. So I'm like, banana souffle though. That sounds really nice. So, I don't know, maybe next time I'm in Sephora, I'll get a sample of this. I know I really don't need any more moisturizers right now. I'm good to go, but it does look really luxurious, and I love bananas. So, even though, honestly, I feel like you're not even supposed to have smells in your face products, but here I am getting sucked in every time. Alright, so next is the new Pat McGrath collaboration with Star Wars, and I actually think that this is pretty cute. I actually really like the different color schemes. I'm kind of surprised at how much I like this because I'm not really, I don't know, a lot of times collaborations happen and I just don't care that much. But like the one palette has like this pops of gold and then pops of purple, which is so pretty. And then there's like the pinky purple and like a rich gold in the other palette. And then the bigger palette is almost like an older colorful sister of the Anastasia Sultry palette. I kind of get those vibes, but more fun. And I like it all, but I'm pretty sure Pat McGrath's not cruelty-free. Every time I say it, I get mixed answers on whether she is or isn't. And the price tag, though. The price tag. There's also some lipsticks, and it's all cool. I'm not, like, the biggest Star Wars fan ever. I know enough details to get me by, but not enough to, like, buy something that's not cruelty-free. And that's super expensive. So I'm going to pass, but I'm really excited seeing everyone who's excited about it. I think it has been funny though seeing the reactions to this collection because there wasn't a whole bunch of in between from what I saw. I either saw people hating it, like this is so cheap, this like cheapens the brand, I hate this, don't buy it, like all of these like they were not having it. And then I also saw like the complete opposite of like this is the best thing ever, like I can't wait to buy every single thing in the collection. So I'm really curious to hear what you guys think about it. I'm just gonna admire from afar. So, alrighty, next is kind of a funny little story, and this is the new Makeup Revolution coloring books, I think is what it's called. Yeah, it's called Color Book, and there are 5 different palettes here. There's like a warm tone one, there's like a one that's, well, actually there's 2 neutral ones, but one's a little bit brighter and one's a more subtle, and then there's a blue and green one. There's a purple, pink, and red, and then there is a like super smoky black and gray and white palette. And at first I was like, oh, that's really pretty. I like the concept of this. Like I love monochromatic. I love colors that go together. And then I realized that there are 2 sides to the palette, and it's not just the palette being reflected into the mirror, which is what I thought it was at first. I thought you could see the mirror and it was reflecting the colors. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot of colors that are super similar. Like, that's way too many colors. They couldn't have edited that down just a little bit, just a smidge. It's too many shades. I just don't need it. It's fine. The one I like the most is probably either, I know I'm just keep showing you even though it's on screen, but the pinky one or the blue and green ones are my favorite, but I'm not going to purchase either of them. Alright, so last but not least is the new collaboration between BH Cosmetics and Lavindumprince. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his username, but I think that this is pretty, and the top row is like very soft neutral shades, and then the bottom row is a really pretty color scheme of kind of neon rainbowness, and it's pretty, but it's just not something that feels like I would want to purchase it. And I think that like The entire top row looks pretty mid-tone, so it seems like maybe that wouldn't be the most like inclusive palette for every single skin tone. The colorful shades look really pretty. I saw swatches of them and they look nice. So I think it looks pretty. But again, not something I really see myself ending up to purchase. So honestly, I mean, this week has been pretty low-key. The only thing I'm super interested in and curious about is the Cleona Stained Glass collection, releasing more, and then possibly finally trying Kaos Cosmetics, but I'm not going to rush and purchase. I'm just going to wait it out and see how I feel. So that's everything. I feel good. I feel like I got this filmed in time. I was kind of a little bit worried because I've been procrastinating like crazy. So that's everything for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I would love to know what you're thinking of buying or not buying. If you feel like commenting down below so we can have a conversation, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.